tell you, like, if you don't get this powder, you are sleeping on a great product. Hey beauties, welcome back. So today's video is going to be a full face of my current favorite products. These are products that I would highly recommend and I think that you need in your collection because I have some amazing products that I've tried over the past months and I wanted to collectively do a full face showing you guys how I like to use the products and why I would recommend them. So without further ado, let's get into the video. But before we get started with the video, I do want to give a huge thank you to Ritual for sponsoring a portion of today's video. For those of you who don't know, I've been taking multivitamins every single morning. They also have the Symbiotic Plus supplements that has prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics, which for those of you who don't know, those help promote good gut health. The reason why I love and trust Ritual is because they are very transparent with every single ingredient contained within the supplements and just the way the nutrients are sourced, which is a huge factor for me. They also offer an obsessively researched protein powder made with Madagascar vanilla bean. I've been taking this pre and post workout. It's a plant-based protein and it's a really great dietary supplement that has no added sugar. You can get 20% off your first month by clicking my link and using my code LJ20 at checkout. I'll have all the links and all the information in the description box down below. And I want to give a huge thank you to Ritual for sponsoring today's video. So before I like to apply any type of makeup on my skin, I always like to make sure that my skin is very clean and I have a nice smooth clean base. So I've been using the Elemis Dynamic Resurfacing facial pads. These are very convenient to really help clean your face. So it removes like previous makeup, dirt, oils, anything that builds up on your skin. And I really love these because they're so easy to work on your skin and you can definitely see all the dirt and buildup on the actual pads. Highly recommend these. I've been absolutely loving these. They come in 60 in a pack and I feel like they're really convenient to help clean your face. After using the pads, I like to go in with the serum. You want to go in with the serum to help moisturize and provide a little bit of nutrients onto your skin. And for serum, my go-to serum has been the Fourth Ray Beauty Radiate Vitamin C Serum. I absolutely love this. This does not clog my pores at all whatsoever. This gives my skin such a radiant look and it brightens up my face and it automatically just moisturizes my skin. So I've been using this day and night and I've been using this before makeup. So I would highly recommend a serum, and this serum is also great for dry skin. So if you're somebody whose skin lacks some moisture, I would highly recommend using an oil-based vitamin C serum to help brighten up your skin and to help provide moisture onto your skin. So I like to just work this on my skin right after using the facial pads and it gives my skin like this nice radiant look, which I absolutely love. So I would highly recommend this serum. I've been absolutely loving it. Next is a moisturizer, and I've been using SPF moisturizers most of the time, and the one that I've been loving that is so great for all skin types is the Laneige Hydro UV Defense Moisturizing SPF. I love this specifically because it doesn't leave a white cast on my skin, and with brown skin and darker skin tones, it's very important for you to get an SPF that doesn't make you look ashy and washed out, and this one does not leave any white cast on my skin. It's super moisturizing. So I like to just work this onto my skin right before applying my primer and my makeup, and I feel like this just elevates my makeup look. It really leaves my skin looking super healthy. So I would highly recommend this if you're looking for a good moisturizing SPF. The next, I like to just go in and spray my face to hydrate it. Hydrating your skin before makeup allows your makeup to last on longer and it keeps your skin intact. So it prevents like the makeup from being absorbed by your skin because you've hydrated your skin. So your skin is not dry. So I would highly recommend getting a good spray, and one that I absolutely love is this Dauba First Spray Serum. As you guys can see, I have used and abused this product because I've been absolutely loving it. So I usually use this before makeup, and then during my makeup when I want to set my powder products, I also spray that all over my face. I love this one because it has a little bit of avocado oil in it. As you guys can see, avocado oil is very moisturizing, but I love it because it doesn't really clog clog my pores and it doesn't build up on the skin. So that's why I love this product, because it's hydrating, it's moisturizing, but it doesn't clog my pores. It makes my skin feel very refreshed. So I would highly recommend this spray if you're looking for a good moisturizing spray. Next, after applying all these oily products on the skin, I like to set my skin with a mattifying primer just to help mattify it down a little bit. And I usually like focusing on the T-zone area because that's where I build up the most oils. And for a mattifying primer, I really love this CoverFx mattifying dewdrops. I've been using this and raving about this for a while now, but I've been absolutely loving it because it's a liquid product, but it dries down matte, so it's not hard to blend in onto your skin. So I like to just work this on the areas where I usually form pores, and I use a little bit of product because if you use too much, it gives a little bit of a white finish, which you don't want. So you want to use a very small amount and just kind of work that into your skin. I also love this product because it does not contain any silicones, and personally for me, I feel like silicones usually clog the pores, but this one doesn't have any silicones and it's also mattifying at the same time, which I can't say no to. So I would highly recommend this if you have oily skin and you're looking for a mattifying primer that doesn't clog your pores. Next is foundation. I have been loving this foundation. I used it a while back and I started using it again and I've been absolutely loving it. And it's the Clinique Stay Matte Oil-Free Foundation. This foundation applies on your skin like butter. Like literally it feels so juicy when you're applying it on your skin. But then for some reason it dries down matte. So when you're initially applying it, it feels like it has a lot of oils, a lot of moisture. But when you work it onto your skin and you absolutely blend the foundation, it dries down absolutely matte. Personally, for me, I have dry skin and I don't need to set this foundation with any powder because it dries down like a powder. So I love this foundation. I would highly recommend this for all skin types because it is an oil-free foundation. So even if you have oily skin, it's not going to build oils on your skin. The shade that I usually use is Warm Neutral 122 Clove, which I feel like is a little bit warmer than my skin. But once you blend it out and you apply all your makeup products, it really just looks like perfect, like a perfect match on the skin. So I would highly recommend this foundation if you're looking for a good foundation that you probably won't need to set it. If you have oily skin, maybe you might need to set it, but a foundation that can last long on your skin without building any oils, this one right here is one that I absolutely love. Next is concealer. Now this concealer, I've been using it for a while and I've talked about it multiple times on my channel. I've been raving about it. It is the Ilia Beauty True Serum Concealer. The reason why I love this concealer so much is because it's so easy to work under your eyes. And I don't experience any creasing with this concealer. It's like magic under your eyes. It's absolutely beautiful. So I would highly recommend this concealer if you're somebody who's looking for a light coverage to medium coverage concealer that helps to brighten up your under eyes without creasing or caking up under your eyes. You always want to make sure that you're using a concealer that is liquid versus one that is thick and creamy. And I like to just use a beauty sponge and just press that under my eyes to really give like a nice flawless blend, and it really just helps to cover up my under eyes beautifully. So if you're looking for a good concealer, I would highly recommend this one by Ilia Beauty. I've been absolutely loving this one. All right, so next we're gonna get into contours. Now, contours are usually harder to find, especially when it comes to deeper and darker skin tones. I like to look for contours in stick foundations, cream to powder foundations, or sometimes even like liquid concealers. And the one that I freaking love right now is the MAC Studio Fix Cream to Powder Foundation. I just select a shade that is about 3 or 4 shades darker than my skin tone, and I use this as a cream bronzer without having to actually purchase a cream bronzer. The reason why I love this is because it's highly pigmented, but it's super easy to blend because it's a foundation. I personally love using foundations, so I love this foundation, and even like stick foundations are super easy to blend on your skin. So if you're gonna apply the contour on your skin, it's gonna be easy to blend with a beauty blender, or you can use a brush, and it's not going to look too sharp and harsh. So that is why I would absolutely recommend getting something like this. It is a light to medium coverage foundation. So I would say if you're looking for contour, but you don't want something too much, I would highly recommend this one, and I've absolutely been loving the formulation of this one. All right, so next we're gonna get into blush. Now, I'm a powder blush type of person, so I just always go to powder blushes, but I've been absolutely loving this Rare Beauty Soft Pinch blushes. Now, I know that they have the regular liquid blushes, but these are the soft pinch blushes. I personally love the soft pinch better than the regular liquid blushes because these you can apply on top of powder, which I've never seen in a blush before. So I usually like to place small dots right where I apply my blush, and I like to use a beauty sponge to blend it out. But if I'm using a brush to blend it out, I usually apply it after applying my powdered products, which after that it still blends seamlessly. So if I'm applying it with cream product, I blend it out with a beauty sponge and it just gives me enough pigmentation. I love the formulation of the blush, and this specific color is in the shade Grace, which I feel like is absolutely beautiful with brown skin, and they have so many other different shades, but this one specifically is my favorite. It gives me enough pigment, but at the same time it gives me like that nice blushy look. And the main thing that I love about this blush is that it's super easy to blend on top of powder and underneath your powder products. Alright, so after applying all the cream products, I like to set my skin, and I want to share with you guys this NYX Hd Finishing Powder. So this has been a fan fave, and I've gotten a lot of questions about this on my Instagram, and I love this powder because it gives me that smoothing finish under my eyes, but I like to mainly focus this powder right on the inner corner. Because it is a very pigmented powder, I feel like it really helps to brighten up my under eyes, and I like to focus it mainly on the inner part of my eyes. This is a finishing powder, so it's different from a setting powder. Finishing powders are more so going to give your skin that nice smooth under eye. So I like to apply this with a brush on top of my regular setting powder just to kind of give my under eye that flawless finish, and it also helps to brighten up your under eyes. So I feel like it's perfect if you have darkness under your eyes and you're looking for something to help hide that darkness. This powder is going to be beautiful, especially with this Ilia Beauty concealer. I feel like these two go perfectly together. Next, after applying powder, I usually like setting my face with a setting mist, which would be the same setting mist that I would use in the beginning before applying my makeup. And then once I do that, I usually build a little bit of oils. So I like to go in with a blotting powder or a white clear powder. So the one that I tell you, like, if you don't get this powder, you are sleeping on a great product. The one that I love is by r.m.s Beauty. So this is the Unpowder. Now, I know a lot of people said that they personally don't like this powder because it's too white, but I've been using this powder to blot. I have not been using it to set my under eyes because obviously it's a white powder. It's going to be very ashy. So you only want to use this powder to blot all the areas of your face that have oils. I usually like focusing on the areas of my skin that have pores, which is usually on my T-zone area. That's usually the area that pushes out oils on your skin when you have makeup. So you want to make sure that you're using a good blotting powder to help push those oils in so that they don't peek out on your makeup. And I feel like this powder does absolutely that. So I like to just use a brush, maybe the same brush that I use for the setting powder, and just pat that onto my skin around the areas where I have that oiliness, and it absolutely gets rid of all the oils. So I would 100% recommend this. I did wear this for an event and it lasted all day long. I did not have to use more powder. That is why I would highly recommend it, because it gives your skin that nice smooth finish. At the same time, it sucks up all those oils all day long. All right, so next is eyeshadow palettes. I haven't really been trying a lot of eyeshadow palettes recently, but the one that I've recently tried and I absolutely love is the Shayla X Dose of Colors Wifey eyeshadow palette. I think she did a really good job at picking out the colors for this palette. Like, this palette is me. It talks to me because it just has such nice, beautiful, neutral, nude eyeshadow shades. She has at the top like shimmer shades, and then at the bottom you get matte shades. So they come in 8 different shades, and I feel like these shades are beautiful if you're somebody who loves like those neutral, natural makeup looks, maybe like smoky eyes. Maybe you love a little bit of shimmer here and there. Maybe you love matte. I am a matte person when it comes to eyeshadow just because I don't have to deal with the fallout. I feel like all the shades transition really beautifully together. So this is definitely a palette that you can get good use out of. It's not something you're gonna pay a high price for and then not use it. So quality, pigmentation, formulation of this palette is absolutely worth it, and I would highly recommend you guys trying out the palette. So after applying the eyeshadow, I like to apply mascara. Now for mascara, I look for a mascara that helps elongate my natural lashes because they help hold up my falsies if I'm putting on falsies. So for mascara, I've been loving the Urban Decay Perversion Bigger, Blacker, Badder Mascara. So this one helps to really lengthen my lashes, and it gives my lashes more of a fuller look than any other types of mascaras that I usually use. I would highly recommend this. I also really love the applicator of the mascara. I feel like it really helps to brush your natural lashes so they don't clump up together when you're applying the mascara. So next we have highlighter. Now for highlighter, I look for highlighters that are not powdery on the skin, that really just help to melt your makeup, like look natural, like your makeup is melting. So my favorite highlighter has been this r.m.s Beauty Living Glow Face and Body Powder. This one is very natural, so it reminds me of the Artist Couture highlighters, and I think those have been discontinued if I'm not mistaken. This one is a good replacement for that. So however, I feel like this one is a little bit less pigmented, more natural on the skin. It blends perfectly with your skin. It doesn't have a powdery finish, which is what I usually dislike when it comes to highlighters. And the reason why I love this shade specifically is like more of like a champagne bright color. So I feel like it's also beautiful on brown skin or darker skin tones, and it sort of has these gold particles also on them. So I would highly recommend this if you're somebody who likes like more. So next we're gonna get into lip liner. Now lip liner is usually something that is a little bit harder for me to find one that is deep enough for my lips because I have darker lips, but I recently discovered the Rare Beauty Kind Words Matte Lip Liner, especially this one in the shade Strong. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, the formulation of the lip liner is my favorite thing. It has a really nice creamy formula and it lasts on the lips a really long time. Now, lipsticks, I've been loving these NovaBeauty lipsticks. These are absolutely gorgeous. Like, they last on the lips for a long time. It was really surprising because the texture was just so beautiful. It was just so velvety on the lips. It feels so smoothing on the lips, and it's definitely a long-lasting lipstick, and it's also not too expensive. They have so many other different shades. So the shade that I use is Attached. This is one of my favorite shades because it's a nude shade. I love the lipsticks because they're super creamy and velvety, but they're not drying on the lips. So with matte lipsticks, I hate when they make your lips feel really dry, but these don't feel like that at all. These are all the products that I would highly recommend for you guys to try out that have been my current favorite products. And I want to give a huge thank you to Ritual for sponsoring today's video. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next video.
KLJ, welcome to a channel where it's poppin'.